As I was telling you guys, I guess everyone's got to move down one more, or where we go. So we have so many people here. Let's not follow a structure. Everybody just jump in. Pretend it's a Lions family event here. And before we start, this is an Emmy FYC event, so let's talk for a second about awards. Last year when this show debuted, the Television Critics Association of America gave it its award as the best show on television, the program of the year. A few months ago at the Golden Globes, this group here was nominated for Best Drama Series. And not only that, they were the only broadcast show nominated. Taraji P. Henson won Best Actress. And of course was an Emmy nominee last year. So let's start. Let's start with this. What's better about season 2 over season 1? And I want to ask Gabby, because you got a sex scene.
So did.
So, all right. Question for everybody is, what's better about season 2 over season 1 and Gabby?
Definitely getting to see me throw that leg around, I think. I think the best thing about season 2 is that I think we all feel kind of freer. I feel like we love the show as much as the audience loves the show. And so I think we know the characters, we know the story, we know the music. We just are in there, we working, and we're staying true to it. And so maybe what's best about it is that like we know we're successful.
No, tell the truth. We know we got a job. That's the best part of season 2.
Paychecks.
Who else has a thought? Come on. What's better about season 2 than season 1?
True?
Yeah.
No, Terrence, no, next question. Somebody else.
He's already a rascal
Everybody
tonight.
hold hands.
The better part of season 2, in the first season, we were all trying to get along. The beginning part of season 2, we all fall apart. By the middle of season 2, we all realized how much we needed each other. And all the factions came together. The producers, the writers, the directors, the actors. I mean, we all found that we were intrinsically symbiotic to each other. And now, no matter what anybody else thinks, we are a family for life.
Yes.
And we are going to keep doing Empire until the wheels fall off. So either you like it or you go home.
Yeah, great,
Well, let's hear from the producers.
Hopefully I'll be a producer
So
next
what
year.
did, when you set out to map out season 2, what did you learn from season 1 and decided to take it the next step?
Well, we learned that we had a show that worked, that we had an extraordinary cast, really good writers, if I do say so, amazing directors, and that we had done something special and that we needed then to challenge ourselves to grow the show and, as you said, make it better. We learned a lot of lessons along the way. And I think that by the latter half of the second season, we felt like we were stronger than ever. The cast really knew their characters. They brought so much to it. They always do, and they have from the very beginning. But the stories that we found ourselves telling by the latter half of our season feel so rich, so complex and sophisticated. And we think that we just kind of set the bar, cleared it, and now we have to clear it again.
Senna?
Agreed. I mean, we've done a lot of work. The cast works hard. We're up in Chicago, grinding all the time and always trying to do better. That's what I love about the experience of Empire. As a producer and director, you rarely get a group like this one where we can work together and do great work and try to make everything as perfect as we can. And I know it's a tough thing to do every episode, but to me, I treat each episode like a film, like a movie. And we have the best people around. So to me, I'm just very grateful.
And let's talk about characters. Like, Jesse, relationship with your father is so complicated and difficult, but you took a bullet for this man this year. So your character went some new direction. Why did he do that?
Well, I think that that's what Empire has been doing since day one, though, is that we've been showing that it's not so clear cut all the time. You know what I'm saying? We tend to want to believe that someone is all bad or that someone is all good, and we tend to ignore that we are all layered. We're all onions in so many layers. So for instance, that same episode, Lucious said one of the most horrible things that you could possibly say to someone when he said, when you die of AIDS, I'll celebrate.
That's not how I said it.
That's not how he meant it.
I said, when you die of AIDS, I'm going to celebrate.
That's how he said it.
Same thing. It's a different nuance.
But the thing is that it's really to show that relationships and love and understanding and family and just relationships in general are complicated, and as are people. So I think that him taking the bullet for Lucious is a very natural reflex for someone that you really genuinely love and care about. You would lay their life down. You would lay your life down for them. And I think that that's obviously what he was willing to do without even a second thought. I would lay my life down for someone that I love so deeply, regardless of what we've had happen between us in the past.
I see it totally different. I don't see him saving Lucious. I saw him saving Cookie. But whatever, go ahead.
You know what was so funny, though?
He jumped in the way of a bullet. No one said, hey, I'm going to save Lucious. But go ahead, run with it, audience.
Jesse, let's keep it honest. When around episode 213, when we first started seeing scripts that was trying to put a little distance between me and Jesse, we were like, hell no. So at the end of every scene, we would end it with a hug or a big smile, even though they were trying to create this battle between the two of us, because we didn't understand where they were going. We had no idea where they were going, and we were resistant to it. And we're like, we're going to force this. But I'm so glad that they pushed the envelope, because that moment between you and me in episode 217 was one of the most truest, honest relationship moments that a father and son could have, especially in this homophobic world that we live in, where everybody's still afraid of each other and the choices that they make. For Lucious to make that statement, and the way that Jesse responded to it, he didn't even fight back. It made Lucious feel so bad, and I'm so glad you guys wrote that, because we fought it. We tried to resist it, but it worked at the end of the day. So that's how season 2 has come about for us. We love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let's talk about the other brothers here, Bashir. Daddy
What up?
Daddy wasn't too good to you this year.
No, he wasn't. From
Not
sick
at all.
and Frida on me.
Wait, he slept with my fiance.
She
Took
cooked
my
me
company.
oatmeal. Listen, he, Lucious has killed my Camilla, from Frida, from everything. So I feel like, Hakeem's growth towards the end of the season, is at a sad place, y'all. At a sad place.
But
No.
he takes the finale pretty well. I mean,
Yeah. The worst thing that
mother
could
of
happen
his
to you
child
is
is
having your
marrying
wife.
Daddy.
We're at the
Having
wedding,
your wife
so...
leave you
Why
at
do
the
you
wedding,
stay?
at the altar is the worst feeling in the world, y'all.
I would just say you haven't really seen anything yet.
Who goes over the balcony at the end? That's what we all want to know.
We wish we could tell you.
I do.
So, Cookie, why do you keep taking this man back? He is no good, Lucious is. Just when you think he's gonna just redeem himself and he's gonna be all good, he does something rotten again.
That's Lucious.
That's the beauty of Lucious.
It's just one of those complicated relationships. You can't explain it. They have 3 kids together. They have years. They have history. No matter who they date, no matter where they go, no matter who they marry, they will never find the love that they've been able to find. And that's a once-in-a-lifetime love. You don't go around finding that love more than once in a lifetime. Whether you're able to keep it is the question. We just, because of life and time and distance, we weren't able to nurture the relationship like we could have. There is time and distance and non-communication, a lot of unanswered questions. And that's what I love about their relationship, because it's not black and white. It's very gray. And that's what
sometimes very. You try to kill him in season 1.
Well, I mean, you know, he came for me.
He deserved it.
He deserved it. If he comes for me in season 3, I'll try to kill him. That's that Cookie and Lucious kind of love. You know?
But that was some of the richest work, I think, that was done this season. That story of Cookie and Lucious falling in love all over again, and Cookie learning who Lucious was, learning things that she didn't know about him, and Lucious revealing himself and his past to her. That was such a rich story between the two of them. And the heartbreak at the end, when Cookie finally thought that she had found her love again, only to have to give him up in that moment.
But for me, what was so beautiful was that relationships they're not laid out. Like, they don't come with a rule book or guidelines. You go through them. And what I loved about this relationship is that I don't even think they were necessarily looking for love in the second season for each other. It's just that underlying love that they had that you cannot dismiss. And that's what the audience loves, because it's like a tease. It's like, are they, aren't they? And it's not necessarily that Lucious and Cookie are even trying to get back together. It's just that this mutual connection they have just won't let them live apart from each other. And that's something that humans wish they could find in this lifetime. And then when you find it, how do you keep it? It's so hard. It's so complicated.
I personally call it the Hancock effect.
I'm a little nervous.
Now, no, I'm not talking about masturbation. I'm talking about
Wait, what?
Hancock, the movie.
No.
The movie with Will Smith and Charlize Theron.
Wait. You gotta be careful what you say. You gotta listen. What?
When they came together, remember they were immortal, but they were drawn together without. The universe kept pulling them and fitting them against each other, and when they came together, everything would fall apart. You know, the mortality would happen, and they could only thrive apart. But all they really wanted to do was be together. But to be together, they would have to die. So I think that's a really beautiful way of explaining the Cookie and Lucious love-hate relationship.
And I also love too.
I was still talking.
Just hold on, child. I'm piggybacking on what you said before you get out of control. Anyway, so what I was saying was, what I love about where we went with this relationship is that we put on television that saying, you never really know someone, right? She didn't know she went to jail for 17 years for a man. She didn't even know his first name. So I think that registered with the audience. Like, you could be married to a person for 50 years and then find out something 55 years later that you didn't even know when you said I do. And that's what makes relationships so complicated. So complicated.
Trey.
I ain't got no man.
You want to elaborate?
No, next question.
Trey, of all the sons, this dynamic plays the biggest toll on you internally. What your character's been through this year. Talk about that.
Well, I think it's a difficult journey for Andre in a number of ways, feeling like the outsider, trying to prove himself, constantly, and then finding spirituality and trying to, embrace that and help the family to see things in a different light, and then losing his baby. It's been a roller coaster, but necessary, I believe. There's a story with Andre that I think everybody can relate to, in the pit of the core of themselves. Maybe in the darker side, a little more of the ugly side, but I think that it serves our sense of empathy.
Grace, Anika has gone through hell on this show. She, in season 1, what is she's called? A rip-off Halle Berry or something, I mean, some awful cookie line. And she thinks that she's got the love of Lucious, and then all these things happen. Talk about your character's bizarre twists.
I don't know. I think Anika is such an interesting character because there's so many facets to her. And just like what Jesse said, I think a lot of times we feel like a character is all good or all bad. And I think the most fascinating part of discovering her and negotiating her is to find the parts where she's good. Because in my mind, everybody is born good. But what happened to her along the way that allowed her to choose not so good,
Lucious.
Right. Because if Grace reads the script, and I'm thinking, oh God, she's a mess, and I'm judging my character, then how can I play her truthfully, right? So I have to look at the parts of the script to say, okay, what would make a person feel like that is an okay decision to make? And depending on the lot that we're shared in life, you'd be very surprised at the bad decisions that we make, how good they sound to us in the moment. I do feel, too, that she finds herself in moments of desperation where she knows that what she's doing is not okay in the least, but she may feel that that's the only option that she has. And I think that someone said it so, I don't know if anybody has seen Hamilton. It's amazing. Leslie Odom Jr. had this article in New York Times where, because he plays Aaron Burr, and he said it so well. He said, a lot of times we like to judge this person who we just caught them at the worst day of their lives doing the worst decision. And we're so quick to judge them when no one would want us to judge ourselves. Like, you wouldn't want to judge me personally, nor would I want to judge you on the worst decision that you made on the worst day of your life. And I think Anika just has a lot of those. She has a lot of those, you know what I mean? And, we're just so lucky enough to see them juicy moments. So it's definitely been a crazy journey, and it's really fun kind of connecting the dots and
People are sympathizing with your character now. That's a nice kind of emotional dynamic. Gabby, talk about, you've got the toughest job in the world as Becky.
With the good hair, lemonade, hot sauce, and backslash. Jay need to stop calling me because I'm sick of it. Sick. I don't want none of that. I don't want none of it.
Talk about your role on the show. Give us your perspective.
I don't know, like the first season it was mostly running after Lucious in heels. Like being like, Lucious, you got a message or something. Thank God I've evolved some. In season 2, I hope to evolve more. You could pay me to just be like, Lucious, come and get these kids or whatever, but I could also act. I have an Oscar nomination. Anyway. Drop the mic. I haven't mentioned it yet. I have to. My quota is 10 times a day. But it's been, it's a fun job. The weird thing about, here's what I do with Becky. I feel like Becky is the viewer. Becky might as well be at home with you on the couch. Becky is seeing these people for who they are, what they are, their horrible decision. Your terrible decision. But also, Becky is paid to keep her goddamn mouth closed. She's trying to keep her job in them checks. But the only person...
That weave, honey.
Yes. That weave is expensive, but
weave is everything.
Mm-hmm. Also, Becky likes to drink. Anyway, but the only person that she really talks to, that she calls on their shit, is Jamal. Because they're friends for whatever, which is, by the way, a storyline that Justy and I forced. Whatever, we do what we want, all right? We're best friends. We told them, they finally started making those scenes for us. But when she's at the wedding, she's she knows that this is a hot goddamn mess. But she knows better than to say something. And that is who Becky is. Becky is you, okay? She's sitting down here, she's serving side eyes and eye rolls for days for you.
Rhonda, you're next. Talk about Porsha.
Porsha's character is one of a kind. I will say that. She's very free-spirited. She says whatever comes to her mind without even thinking twice. I think she's that one friend everybody wish they had, or probably already has, an aunt, mother. I know somebody knows a Porsha. I do. It's me. It's me. A little bit, just a little bit. One thing I find interesting is how Cookie and Porsha, I don't even know how they met. I don't even know where.
I have ideas.
Taraji brought the idea to the table saying that she found...
Wait! Don't tell them.
Don't tell it?
No, keep going on.
Season 3.
Season 3.
Well, they never put it in the making.
I know, don't tell it.
Don't say it. Okay, I won't say it. Taraji said don't say it, so I'm not gonna say it.
But it will be in season 3.
I'm not gonna say it.
Season 3 is when you find out how Cookie met Porsha.
Well, I'm trying to figure it out. I just don't know. But the way Cookie yells at her and then Porsha just goes with it, it's kind of sickening. She just be like, okay, whatever. Cause I would have been quit.
Can I just say something about her right here? This beautiful specimen behind me. She's amazing. She's never acted a day in her life. She showed up to this set because she had a true connection to this character. And when I say to you that she brings life to this character, you have to understand, she's on a set with people that have acted, done theater, television, studied, trained, and she comes so humble, but so raw with so much to add. And I remember there was one scene where she first hired her, and we're auditioning songwriters. And I remember watching her.
That was a good scene.
Oh my God. I remember watching her. Usually actors, we come to set and the director really don't tell us where to go. They give us a chance to live in the scene. So we get to set and I'm doing my thing and I know what I'm gonna do. I'm a trained actress. And then this one comes in and she just falls right into place. And I find myself watching her. No one has to tell her how to act like my assistant. And I thought, we're so lucky to have her. Because do you know how many green actors you have to say, stand here, and then when you say this line, say it like this, damn it, because you ain't giving it nothing. Like, literally, she just falls into place and she helps the scene live. So we are lucky to have you, honey. Yeah. We are. Because everybody can't do that. And you are gifted, baby. You are.
You know what? In this moment,
Taraji, I asked her for advice. I told her the very first week I was on set, and I said, it'd be funny if Porsha just slide in the camera and start waving at the newscast. Cookie was doing an interview. She said, yeah, do that.
All of it.
Whatever you feel that's going to make the show better, if you think it's going to make the show better, do it. And I said, I can do that? She said, yeah. I said, I won't get fired? She said, no.
But what I saw was a thinking actress is what I saw. Because some people train for it, some people are just born with it. And this one here is born with it because the questions she was asking were spot on. And I said, baby, that's your instinct, Spanky. Don't ever ignore your instinct. That's going to make you an incredible actor. Don't even ask me no more questions. When the notion hits you, do it. And I got you. And we have been magic ever since. I love her.
I love you, babe. Thank you. Thank you. What you was gonna say, Uncle TT? Go ahead and say it.
Speaking of magic, you guys have somebody in the audience that you don't even know. You just watched episode 216. That was directed by Melissa Shelton, who is right there. And the greatest significance of this, what you don't understand, it's very hard for female directors to come on set. A lot of male directors get a lot of respect right away, but female directors, they get treated in a very harsh way. You're like, prove yourself. This woman stood up to the most harshest of conditions. Harshest of conditions. We actually lost a couple crew members during that. I was one of them. But she stood up and she directed one of the greatest episodes that we've had in 2 years, and I'm so thankful for what you brought to us. Thank you, man.
She's a little shy, but she's right here. 1, 2, 3, third row back. 1, 2, 3. The curly hair, gray streak. Yeah, her. Laser.
Soraya, you're next. Talk about
Tiana,
she does anything that she thinks is necessary to get to the next step. And I think we know a lot of people who really do that. But what was interesting for me in the second season was how focused she was on her career and how much she didn't have any, boyfriend or girlfriend for that matter. In the second season.
No, Anika took all of them, girl.
Yeah.
Anika took all of them.
Passed them to Anika. No, but she was just so into, performing and even the layer that I was really appreciative of was she was supportive of other women artists like Maraja Chua and Laura at first at least. She was supportive of that, and that's hard to find in the industry. So it was really nice to see that she actually supported her and wanted to teach her things and things like that. So I'm really excited to see where Tiana goes third season.
Can I just say something about this baby? I'm sorry, these are all my babies. This one here, honey, I don't even know how to put it in words. I just watched her grow as a performer, and it gives me goosebumps. She came to us as a little baby. She was new. And I'm in awe of her. I literally, I read a lot of the performing stuff, but I don't, Cookie, she doesn't sing or whatever, so I kind of sometimes, like that, I might brush over those things. But I'll get to set, and I'm doing a scene like off the cusp of her performance, and I sit in the back of the stage, and I'm blown away by you, baby. I've watched you grow. You're amazing. You're a star. Watch out, Beyonce. I'm just saying. You got lemonade. We got cranberry juice. Yes, I didn't even know that's a great analogy because cranberry is kind of bitter, but we got your bitter to your sweet, honey. I don't know.
Thank you.
Lemonade don't clean it.
Hey.
Okay. All right.
Back to you.
Okay, we have a Twitter question here. This was tweeted in earlier today. We pulled questions from you all, and it is from Faith. And the question is, what's your funniest and favorite memory from the set this year? In other words, take us behind the set, off screen. Tell us some funny things that happened. Uh-oh, we got a good one here from Gabby. Just tell us some kooky things that happened.
Taraji likes to sleep sometimes because she works really hard.
He was going there.
We have somebody that likes to pass gas over here. I ain't gonna tell you.
Terrence.
When the meatloaf is out.
He ate the meatballs. Oh my.
I have never in my life passed gas.
Yeah, right. No wonder your head's so big. All the gas is up there. Maybe you need to pass a little more gas. Go ahead, Jeff.
We play a lot of pranks on each other. We get real tired, we be shooting till like 4 a.m. So people get tired, and the running theme in season 2 has been videotaping Taraji, and then towards the end of season 2, Taraji got every last one of us.
Yeah, but I went even further.
Trey,
dear.
you too.
I did nothing.
Yes, you did.
I got
Trey,
you. Yes, I did
I
get
know,
you.
I didn't do anything.
That's okay. You're involved.
I
You're in the family. You're just involved because you're in the family. But I went even further, honey. I did not just get you on social media. I got you on the show. I slapped the hell out of every last one of you, including Lucious in the finale.
I saw that. Okay. Eileen, I want to get her back.
No, we have a hashtag now called the Cookie Slap. Too late. No. It's like, no.
So what were on some of these videos?
You didn't see them?
No, I didn't see them.
Oh, they were all over Entertainment Weekly, Inside Edition. Right. TMZ had some, didn't they?
Inside Edition still on?
Yo,
no shade.
Aren't they still on?
I didn't know.
Shady. You have some splaining to do tomorrow. Where's your publicist?
No, that was the Insider. That wasn't Inside Edition.
Okay, whatever. Try to clean it up.
Inside Edition is completely different.
Well, you might need to take control of this panel again.
We don't want to take control of it. We want to find out, who is the first on set in the morning, who is who brings the snacks for other people. I mean, give us some.
They get their own
Who gets coffee for the rest of the cast? Who
Like, I
pushes
ain't bring
in?
no snacks.
Who's a diva?
I will
Let me
be honest.
speak on this, Terrence Howard.
What? I'll be honest.
No.
I am the person that stirs up all the trouble. I set up all the mutiny.
Really?
We went after Eileen this year 3 or 4 times. Just out of love.
Terrence,
I feel love.
there's a lot of love. Here's the way the actors, let me talk a little bit about everybody's process.
Oh, geez.
Okay? Yeah, they're worried. But the truth of the matter is everybody shows up on time. We rehearse. It's like a movie set. These are mainly film actors and a lot of people who have not done it before. So it's a very well-run machine. There's no surprises. I know in the finale, though, everybody was distracted because it was the last episode, and I remember running around trying to get everybody's attention, but we had a lot of fun. So I feel like people need to know that it's pretty much just like every other set, except everybody has a lot of, energy, personality.
We are all divas.
And everybody has a lot of ideas, and I listen to all the
That's what we want to
ideas.
hear.
I am not a diva. How dare you?
Nobody's
You're
a diva.
fine.
Nobody's a diva. Nobody gets snacks for each other. Everybody orders things. Taraji's gotten us some good food. Somebody else gets some good food. So we're pretty much a family. It's very familial. That's what I can
Got
say
ass
about
a
it.
bag of makeup. Thank you, Gabby. Yeah, thank you. I'm like a really good person.
And don't walk on my set eating because it winds up on the show.
Yes.
That's been a problem.
And I threw up.
And I know in the finale she showed up at the wedding and we were rehearsing the scene and
She
Porsha,
said no chicken, no pork chops.
yeah,
no.
Porsha was eating a donut and we were about to rehearse and I was looking at that and I said, "Oh, you're stuck with the donut now." And she's like, "No, Senna, don't do it to me."
No, last time I had waffles, and I didn't
I'm
know.
sorry.
I love waffles. But
So they know
I didn't
not
know
to
they were
come
gonna
on
make me
set.
do it that many times.
That's okay, baby. You learn how to get a spit cup. It's all good.
Exactly.
I got you.
I ate them all. I ate them all.
You have to learn about the spit cup. It's okay. With a donut and a champagne flute full of milk.
Sorry.
I like milk.
Well, as Marie had bacon at the strip club because she showed up
Yeah,
with
bacon
bacon.
is delicious.
At a strip club?
Yeah.
Sounds like
Well,
a party
she
to
showed
me.
up
Have
with
fried
bacon
chicken
at strip clubs.
That's why I want to have my birthday.
Bacon at the strip club.
This is really what
Y'all,
you wanted?
how was the
What we want,
your
yeah.
consideration event for like Downton Abbey? What
It
about?
ain't this.
Next question.
I bet they get to fighting.
Bloody on you.
I'm worried with Terrence. Can you ask another question?
All right, here's
need to take control.
You want a serious question? Okay, here comes from Jeff Lawson. How much of a role will Mama Walker have in season 2?
Y'all, first of all, give it up for the great Leslie Uggams. First of all.
I have a funny story. And she plays serious cuckoo so well.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know if she's gonna give you cake or stab you in the neck. And she plays it. That's a hard line to walk. You don't know, And she plays it so well. And so anytime I have a scene with her, I'll do the scene, they yell cut. I'll be like, cuckoo, cuckoo. And she's something about that last look she gives you, like, I'm gonna cut you in
And
your
she knows
sleep.
how to turn it on and off. That's what I love about her. Yeah.
She's so amazing.
She's so sweet. She's so sweet, and it's crazy how she turns it on and off. I did this the scene where I had to pretty much babysit her, and the way she was looking at the donuts, and I kept offering her stuff, and she was looking at me like, "No, bitch, no."
Yeah, she's like fragile but
I got
dangerous.
scared in real life. I was looking like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to act anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. This lady is crazy. She's that good.
So as you can tell, we're thrilled to have Leslie Uggams on the show, and you certainly haven't seen the last of her.
Here's our last question, and this is a lot of fun. So when you guys read the script moving forward, what was your biggest surprise when you went, what? In terms of the story turning left or right or going, huh?
When they shot Jamal,
Okay.
I was very confused. I was like, what message are we sending that any of us could die at any moment? I don't know if I like this story line. I died on one
show already. I don't want to. Honey, what's happening? You know I love you, right? Sinner, you're my favorite. It's a mess. We are a mess. The family, the Lion family.
I think for me it was when Anika was dangling on the ledge, which, by the way, the way that the scene turned out was amazing with Taraji. Like, literally, it was such an emotional scene. Like, later I came to Taraji, I was like, I just love acting with you.
We did have a coming to Jesus
I did. But it was such a great moment. It's one of those scenes where, like, you know, and Terrence is part of that scene too. It's just one of those scenes where, like, you look at who you're surrounded with and you just feel so full. You feel so, this is a full reciprocation of talent and art and craft, and you're just so grateful for moments like that. So it's like one of those days that I went home and I felt so full.
And it's interesting because, you know, when I read the scene, I never know what you guys are gonna do half the time, which is exciting for me because it's never the same thing twice. Like, as a director, you see your actors, and a lot of times you can guess, but with this group, I could never guess. And then that moment when you were crying, and then Taraji, remember when you looked at, Cookie looked at Lucious and said about, I know what it's like being alone, and you gave the look to Lucious, and you gave that look back, like all that extra stuff that was added, and then that whole bond between Anika and Cookie.
I really wanted to push the bitch, but I couldn't.
You did not. But it's it's such a great thing to be able to watch.
But I did.
And you guys did
but
over
they wrote
and
that
over
I didn't.
again.
Go ahead, Sinner.
Terrence, we're going to give you the last word here. What was, when you...
Why is he get the last word? Because I'm number
All
one.
right, we'll give the second to last word.
I really
Second to
love
last word,
Downton
Terrence.
Abbey.
So what surprised you the most when you look forward at the start of the season, when you looked at where the stories were going?
Go ahead, Terrence.
I was wondering when they were gonna kill Cookie.
All right,
You
well,
wouldn't last a second without me, Terrence. Shut your ass up.
But this is how they bicker back and forth in real life. So it's ironic how the characters are.
Is that true? Shut up.
this is a wrap. We want all of you to stick around, and we have food out there and a great reception. Thank you all for coming.